Even that car then, fucking the four-wheel drive was fucking fast. Starting with the R8, it's gonna be awesome. Pumped.
Hey, how's it going?
Awesome, so we're about to get in car number one with the amazing Reagan, who's going to be rocking it out with us. So we're going to start with the R8 and a little bit nervous but pretty fucking pumped, so let's go.
Like, it's like a bit more throttle, and then just go. I love it. It's like anything's possible. You get like a moment of clarity.
Yeah. Don't you reckon doing this though is like inspiring, because you do this and then you're like, fuck, these cars are sick.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do this. I'm nervous, but I'm ready. Turn it in, squeeze on the throttle, more throttle. Unwind all the way out, more throttle, more throttle. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now brake straight, braking, braking, braking. Turn in, release the brake. Stay to the left, a little bit of throttle, stay to the left, stay to the left, stay to the left. Now turn it in, more throttle, squeeze on it, go, go, go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now brake hard. Downshift. Wait for it, turn in, off the brake. Back on the throttle, squeeze on it, go, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now brake hard. Turn in, release the brake, off the brake, a little bit of throttle, a little more, unwind all the way out, more throttle, more throttle, more throttle. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now braking, so braking, braking, turn in, off the brake, turn it sharper, back on the throttle, more throttle, more throttle, more throttle. Keep going, more throttle, more throttle, more throttle. Now brake, light, off the brake, turn it in, back on the throttle. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now brake hard. That's how you get under a minute. Thank you so much, Tom. Shit, that was so good. That car is amazing. Tom
So good.
is a legend. Cool, so we just wrapped up at Exotic Racing. Fuck, that was amazing. Like, such a phenomenal experience. So much ingrained inspiration from that. And it was just so much fun. So now we're kind of rushing back. We're running late to meet Adam, and Adam's going to be having me on his podcast, and we'll do a quick interview. Then we're going out to Cafe Gratitude with Nick to do some business planning. So awesome last little stint here in LA before we head home. Feeling grateful.
What's up, deep divers? Thank you for joining me, technically us, because I got Ryan Madgers here. Yeah. So what other things have you done and tried and applied to your life that you're like, yep, doing that for the rest of my life because that's awesome and working?
Yeah, it's a really great question. And I also get equally interested about other people's rituals, because the more I get into this journey and the longer that I'm in it for, the more I realize the importance of
the rituals that make you happy. Because success is something that I've gotten to a level above the average person, and I know that I'll always be progressing that area of my life in terms of success and building my mission and developing that. And every single day I get more excited about becoming more whole and complete. That's what drives me now. It's not like because the results are always going to be there. They're always going to grow, because the way that business works, business makes up at least 50% of my life. It's pretty much my whole life. And the way that works is you get a piece of resistance, you find your way through the resistance, and you get rewarded. And then you get a new piece of resistance, you find your way through it, and then you get rewarded. And that just happens forever if you want to stay in business. And I love it, because for me, I've been able to be fortunate enough to have role models and just be on my path that's led me to helping amazing people. So everything that I do is tied so strongly to impact for me. Yeah. So there's a path that I never want to leave. And so I've just accepted that for the rest of my life, walking into that resistance is something that I look forwards to, and I'm on.
Not sure who said it first. I wish I could give credit, but the only way out is through. Right?
I love that so much.
And so the ability to recognize that, oh, here's this challenge, here's this resistance, going into it and embracing it from the very beginning is the quickest way through.
Yes.
As opposed to, I don't want to face that, I don't want to face that. And then 6 months, 6 years, 60 years later, you're going to have to face it if you want to expand in that area anyway.
They're a number, like a phone number. So it's like, that's the purpose of our marketing campaign. We want to get as many of these amazing individuals, find those people to help. And then we know that our proficiency or our program, because it's the most important, once you've got a niche, the really cool thing about it is you know where they are at the start, you know where they are at the end. You can create an amazing framework to help them get there and continue to evolve it and strengthen it forever. And what that gives you the ability to do is create the best program in the world for what you do.
You've done these, and what's so inspiring to me is that you basically do things that most people would be terrified by. Right? Like I get paid to speak on stage, and yet here you are giving it for free on a tram, and I'm like, that's scary. Like, that's scary to just stand up there and do that.
The reason that I come across as being so certain now is only because of the embracing of that resistance. And for me, fear is the biggest form of resistance that any human being faces. And so I talk a lot about it, I teach it. That motivational talk that I did on a tram was just an off the cuff, wasn't allowed to think of what I was going to say, had to walk on the tram and deliver this as a fear task for myself, knowing that it'd also give value, but I was doing it more for myself, to be honest with you.
Do you come up with those yourself?
Yeah, so what I did is I did a 30-day fear challenge, and just every day I had to do something I was afraid to do. Because I'm all about, and I just wish there were more coaches, which is why I'm happy to talk about it now, that embrace the resistance, because so many of them talk about flow, and I know how important resistance is. Because if you go all the way back to my teenage years, because I had like a drug dealer dad, alcoholic mum, very unstable upbringing, I was super nervous. So back in primary school, like, the principal had to pull me off my mum's arms because I was so scared of going to school. And then in high school, I was bullied, I was depressed, I was a follower, all this, and it was all because I just lacked confidence. And I honestly believe the best way to build confidence is by embracing your fear. This two-step process anyway, I feel like it'll be really valuable for people, is whenever you want to do something. Let's say, for example, you want to go to the gym. You say, hey, honey, I'm going to the gym tonight. You're thinking, fuck, I don't want to go to the gym. But you say it. You say it anyway. And then you're sitting there, and then you're kind of going, should I go or not? And then you just count to 4 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you hit 4, you have to physically will yourself to take the first piece of action. So if it's like you're procrastinating on doing sales calls, it's like, hey, I'm going to be making some sales calls later today. I'm going to do 5. And you say that to like your business friend that's holding you accountable, or to your partner, or to your dog, preferably a human. And then you go, when it's time, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you hit 4, take your phone out of your pocket, stand up and dial the number, not knowing what you're going to say. Physically will yourself to do it. And what this is, it's an anchor. After you because I've never got hit 4 with anything since I started this. Never ever hit 4 and not physically move myself. So it's such a strong anchor, and I never don't do it. And if you can do that, then you've got this powerful tool you can call on at any time. As soon as you hit 4, you always do it. without fair.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you again. I know you're really busy, so I appreciate you and Liam for sitting there and operating camera and being a part of this experience too.
Thanks, Liam. We're here at like the best cafe ever. Just chucking on another Facebook Live. Niche just ordered.
I am elevated.
Go for it.
Also.
So she's just told the waiter that she's elevated. What does that mean?
That means that I am ordering a rose lemonade.
Yeah. It's got this cool thing where it says I am at the top of the menu, and then you say whatever it is you're ordering. So I am sharing, I am present, I am dynamic. It's fucking awesome. Explain what the question of the day is about.
Today's question of the day is when do you feel most at peace?
When do you feel most at peace?
I feel most at peace. Let's just flip the focus around to me. Thank you for the question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel much. Oh mate, this place is so
Thank you.
cool.
Thank
you, man. Really appreciate this. So this cafe, Cafe Gratitude, it's so awesome. I love it so much. I came here a year ago, and the food's awesome. It's vegan,
Good food.
and it's just got such
But
positive
so
vibes.
tasty as well.
I feel most at peace when I'm doing my morning ritual. After I've done the ritual, and I've got this heightened sense of kind of self. I feel strong. I feel powerful, but I feel grateful, and I feel present with the few.